Appreciate everybody being here today. To kind of wrap up Saturday, I was really pleased with our guys. Going back and watching the film, I thought we played at a high level. Didn't get off to the start that we wanted. You're there on the road. Missed a couple tackles defensively, gave up a couple of explosive plays. Offensively, had the early turnover. But the thing I was most proud of throughout Saturday's contest was just our response. Our team, never really wavered, to the responsibility and the job that we had in front of us. I thought, other than those two early drives defensively, we played outstanding. Even after the interception, to hold them to a field goal, really shut down a potent Houston offense that has some explosive players. Offensively, I thought we showed great balance. In the run game and the passing game, I thought Brady White was outstanding. I was proud that he was the conference player of the week. He's just playing at such a high level, and the guys around him are really doing their part, getting separation at receiver, doing a great job up front and protecting them with the offensive line, running backs, tight ends. Everybody plays a part in that, but Brady's really in command of this offense, and he's helping carry this football team. Excited about the growth that we've seen from him. Special teams, I thought it was a solid day. Obviously the big mishap was the late block punt is something that obviously we have to get corrected. But all in all, we were able to contain their returner. I thought our coverage units did a great job, and then we really didn't get many opportunities in our kickoff return unit because of the squibs and the sky kicks. But anytime you can start past the 35-yard line, majority of possessions, that's gonna set up well for our offense. And I think our guys understand the importance of what special teams are going to play. Kind of looking forward to this week. We're playing another talented opponent. You look at the South Florida team. The last 2 weeks they've had unbelievable battles. I mean, they played Cincinnati's the top. I think they're 17th in the country. And it came down to a last-second field goal. For South Florida, they missed out on a lot of opportunities in that game. I think their field goal kicker was 1 of 5. Had some chances to win that game and really dominated. I thought in most phases throughout the contest. The week prior, they played Temple. Which we know is a quality opponent, and that was a 10-point game there to the very end. And so, this is a team that has talent. Defensively, it's one of the best defenses in our conference. They got great length, size, athleticism. These guys can really run at every position. Offensively, they're playing with a young quarterback that has all the talent in the world. I mean, he can extend plays. He's got a strong arm. He can push the ball vertically down the field. They got some explosive playmakers, and they're just working to kind of put it all together. It's a team that you've seen play at very high levels offensively, so we know they're capable. And then there's some times they've gone through some growing pains, but we know that this is their senior day. We got to go back on the road. It's going to be obviously an emotional day for a lot of their team. And at the end of the day, we still got to stay focused on ourselves and controlling the things that we can control in this matchup. And I know our guys are excited. I like where we're at, and the push is just to continue to improve.
They're kind of in a must-win scenario. They got to win the next two ball eligible. How dangerous is that to get them?
I mean, I think everybody's in a must-win situation. So are we. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, that's how you as a college football player. That's how you approach the game. I mean, coaches, players. I mean, if you got if you have the right makeup about yourself, I mean, so their sense of urgency to win this game is not going to be any different than ours. I mean, we're both going into it knowing that we want to play to the best of our ability. Yes, it is they've got to win the next two to get to a bowl game. We've got to win this one, and that's our approach. We're gonna have to have a great week of prep. We know that you turn on film and you see a team that can present a lot of different challenges. There's some areas that coming out of the last game that we have to improve on as a football team. And I liked our guys' mindset yesterday. We came in, and that's probably the thing that I've been most pleased with the maturity that's showing up in this team is that even with some success, the expectation of improvement, I guess the self-reflection of the areas of improvement that are necessary, and working towards that application has really been as good as it's been since I've been here. And so, these guys, they're working hard. I think we're seeing the growth within this team, and that's why even like in the first quarter when we got behind 10 points early, there was no panic. And guys know that we prepare for all situations, and we just got to continue to play the next play. And so that's the mindset for this week. Man, we have to go out there on the practice field tomorrow and get better. And we've got to have our best week of practice. We'll see as the week goes on. I know Austin, felt much better here yesterday. We'll see where that looks like throughout the week.
Any update on Sanchez as well?
Same.
Brady, obviously, you mentioned Brady to play at a high level. What do you see differently just in these last 4 games with his command? What's different about him, the way he's playing?
He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job protecting. We're doing a good job of finishing plays with the opportunities that we're getting down the field. There hasn't been just a night and day change in him. He's playing at a high level. He's completing the ball. We're pushing the ball down the field. Those we're maximizing those opportunities. But I think Brady's played at a high level. Throughout this season, he's had a couple of he had the first half in Navy that made some mistakes. He had the first couple plays there in the Temple game where we had some turnovers that cost us. But we're fortunate we got one of the best quarterbacks in the country playing here for Memphis Tigers, and he's playing up to the level that I think he's capable of. And there's still things that he's got to continue to improve on. And he's working hard, he's preparing hard, and putting us in a great position there on game day.
How much of that too is just from what you've seen with quarterbacks in their second year being able to
Yeah,
get that lead?
Well, playing quarterback in this system is one that there's a lot that's put on you. And you look at Riley Ferguson, his first year, there were a lot of people that were displeased with his performance at a variety of times, through that season. And he just continued to get better. The experience is something that, you can't gain until you're out there, going through it. And, with what we ask our guys to do they've played, I think you look at Riley's, first season, I was really pleased with what he did. I was pleased with what Brady did last year. But you see that second year confidence and an overall understanding. Now these guys, both of those, Riley in his in her second season, Brady in his second year, then they're playing, as some of the elite in the country. And that's something that we take a great deal of pride in how we develop our quarterbacks. We take a great deal of pride of the work that they put into it and how they prepare. Because a lot of it goes into just the mindset and the willingness to go above and beyond to play at that level. And I think they, obviously Brady is showing that.
Their second year of confidence, that you spoke about, do you think that's more of their success on the field or more of even when they struggle that you just continue to believe?
Yeah, I think it's, I think both. To be honest with you, it's you look at, the first half of the Navy game, Brady didn't play very well. And even the first series, that's when he knew he wasn't playing very well. But the response, the understanding that you just continue to keep playing, trusting your fundamentals, trusting to do your job, and he had an unbelievable second half in that game. Even the game that we came up short with Temple. The first 16 plays we had 3 turnovers. He came back and threw for a career high, to put us in a position to win that game later. But, at the end of the day, there's going to be highs and lows in the game of football. And you want to be around young men that understand how to respond to those situations. And that's where I see not just our quarterbacks, but everybody within this team, gaining confidence in that. And that does come from experience. Oh, about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I knew. No, well, that's something I've known. Calvin's been playing at a high level. I knew that I was gonna give him a scholarship, and those things. He's gonna obviously that's gonna start here this next semester. It's part of those things of just timing of it. But I wanted to make the announcement in front of the team, and I was a former walk-on, and I think that when you see the work that Calvin's done off the field and what he's done in a sense to put himself in that position to impact this team this year, it's incredible. And he has been a very, reliable receiver for us. He's been somebody that I think it was about week 4 or 5 that you saw the confidence just really turn on in practice, and then it's applied in the games. Had some huge plays for us that are shown up, and so I thought it was fitting. I mean that drive before the end of the half, it was that's one of the best performances you'll see from an individual receiver. In really any sequence of a game, and so I thought the time was fitting, and he's worked. I mean, I think you heard the reaction from our team, you felt the reaction from our team because they know what's went into it, and we've had a lot of walk-ons that have. It's been a great tradition here. There's a lot of guys that have been able to be put on scholarship and maybe not had that moment because I do think it's worth celebrating when guys have that, but there's a lot of guys that even right now are walk-ons that are impacting our team that have to continue to show that. So it was special for Calvin, and I'm glad we got to have that experience. Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember I still remember the first time that I saw Calvin in person. We had a summer camp, and he came out. And, I mean, the first thing that jumped out was the speed, obviously. And I think he weighed all of about 130 pounds at the time. And but you just watch this. You watch this young man that would possess such explosiveness and. You still had some work to do when it came to his ball skills, but when the work ethic with the speed and just the details of what he was trying to do, it was a young man that I knew I wanted a part of this program. And I remember as we went through the process with him, he wanted to run track, he wanted to have opportunities to showcase his skill set, and to be able to come in here and earn it the way that he has. I mean, it's a heck of a success story, and it was something that I'm really glad he made that decision. There's a lot of other places he probably could have gone and got some financial assistance, but he came here because this is where he wanted to be. And to see him making plays that are helping this football team at the level of which he is, that's what it's all about.
Is it his work ethic that makes his teammates so happy?
Well, obviously, yeah. That's. I think that's what really sets it apart. I mean. Performance is performance, but when your teammates can see the passion, the details, just the overall work that you put in to trying to improve, that's where respect is gained. And there's guys that are talented that come out and that don't work to the potential that they have, and people don't respect them. And when you see somebody that really is self-made. And there were some things that Calvin had to work on. Like I said, the catches that he made in that last game, if you'd have told me 2 years ago that he was going to make those, it would have been a stretch. But when you come in and I think he's told me he's catching 100 balls a day for the last couple of years. That's work. I'm not requiring him to do that, but I'm also not requiring him to be successful. Right, that's something he made a choice on it by himself. That he says he knows what he wants this journey to look like. Just like we challenge every other one of our players to maximize the potential you have. Well, he's maximizing it because of the work, and that's where respect comes in. That's why you hear the reaction from our team, and that's why you're seeing the result out there on the field.
How sore was Patrick Taylor yesterday?
He actually felt really good. I was pretty sore. I don't know how many days, but I think. We'll see.
Coach, anything you can say about what as far as South Florida there, like on the front line, like Tulsa was, we've seen that late in the year they're starting to figure it out, and how much of that, as you look at, or do you show that to your players, and you just like Tulsa?
Yeah, I really don't have to point it out. I don't have to go and tell them how talented this team is. You see it on film. And we know in this conference that the depth, the athleticism, the overall talent, top to bottom in this league is as good as it's been. But when you see a team that's playing a top 20 opponent, and really in all, really pretty much every phase, should have won that game. But our guys, they know. And so it's going to take a great week of prep. This team is no different than any other team in our league. If we don't play at a very high level, we will get beat Saturday. And there's no question about it. And so we got to prepare. We have to improve, and we got to go do everything we can to put ourselves in the best position to be successful.
You look at the SMU Navy that's still in it. Just got one loss. You have a tiebreaker, but you still basically have to win
we've had to win out since the beginning of the season. That's our approach. You control the things that you can control. We can't control anything that anybody else in our league does. But if we continue to grow and improve and play to the level that we're capable of playing, then I believe that the rest will take care of itself. Thank you, guys.